All right, today we're going to be looking at a street interview that this lady did of three women, and they're talking about their college debt. Now, my name's Derek, and I have no debt except for a small mortgage on a rental property. I like to help people by doing financial reviews. Hopefully, my videos will help you to stay out of debt, or if you're in debt, how to get out of debt. You can check out our free training and some of the downloads we have with our budget tracker in the description. It's all free. Now, during this quick interview, the interviewer asked them about their majors in college. So let's check it out.
What are you guys majoring in?
Psychology.
Psych. Aviation.
Okay, so their majors were, two of them were going to be in psychology and one is in aviation. So let's look at psychology at what the pay is. A bachelor graduate makes anywhere from $30,000 to $45,000 a year, and that does vary. An experienced psychology degree holder would make anywhere from $50,000 to $65,000 a year. And a licensed psychologist, they can make median $94K with a range from $60K to $120,000 is at the high end. I'm going to be honest with you, this is a tough road to make enough money to pay back that debt that she accumulated for this degree. Now, let's look at the pay for aviation, because one of the girls was going into aviation. So I'm not sure what type of aviation path the one girl was going to go into, but here's the rundown. If she's going to be like an air traffic controller, starting yearly is $47,000, but those are in high demand. You can make up to 100 and a lot more than that if you become seasoned. If you're a flight instructor, it's going to be $67,000 a year is roughly the amount. If you're an aircraft technician or mechanic, $62,000 a year is the average. And then if you're a pilot, $59,000 for many pilot roles. Although if you're really experienced and you're working for like a big airline, you can make a lot more than that. If you're aerospace aviation engineer, that's $96,000 a year. And then if you're a supervisor in aviation, it's $78,000 to $90,000 a year. Now, let's look at what they owe for their degree that they're getting.
Are you guys in any student loan debt?
Probably.
How much debt do you think you'll have by the time you graduate?
A couple 100,000.
A couple $100,000.
Yeah.
Couple $100,000 in debt. It's a pretty big accruement. Did you have any decision of what you were going to major in because you're like, oh, I have to pay this off in the future? Was that a factor when you were getting into debt?
Yeah, a little bit. And like everyone's in debt, I feel like, so.
This is true.
Now, in this interview, only one of the women say what she actually owes for student loans, so we'll just focus on her. And she's the middle girl, and she says at the time that she graduates, or by the time she graduates, she will owe over $200,000. You know, in the video, she's laughing about her debt, and you want to know why she's laughing? Because it's a big joke that she's getting a psych degree that costs $200,000 or more. If you remember, the salary for a bachelor's in psych is like $45,000. Now, the next level being, an experienced psychologist, you make more, but I'm just going to be honest and tell you, this woman is screwed. She overpaid for a degree that only pays $65,000 a year average. Good luck paying all that debt back by the age of 50. Now, I know if she becomes a psychologist, she can earn up to $120,000, but that debt is just crippling financially, and it would take her a while to build up a practice as a psychologist to make that kind of money. Now, how much you want to bet that she gets a job that has nothing to do with psychology in her major? I see it all the time in the real world. People get a degree and they go and work in something that has nothing to do with their degree. Hey, if I'm totally being honest with you, I got a sociology degree. Can you say useless degree? It was a waste of my time and money. I currently am in IT right now, and I own rental properties. Both of these I learned on the job or by reading books And now I watch YouTube videos to learn how to do things. I know that certain degrees you're going to require a college degree, things like doctor, lawyer, respiratory therapist, nurse, different things like that. But I'm going to tell you there are plenty of degrees out there that are useless. Unless you're going to be a teacher, this includes sociology, liberal studies, general studies, art history, philosophy, creative writing, media studies, just to name a few. If you disagree with me, I'd like to know in the comments why you think getting some of those useless degrees is worth $200,000, $100,000. Because I'm going to tell you they aren't. And let's see what you say in the comments. I'll be interested to see what you think. All right, let's see what she says next about the loan and paying it off and how long it might take to pay it off.
Do you know when you're going to start paying those off?
We've already started paying.
Do you know how long it's going to take you to pay them off?
Not at all.
Not
Not a
at
clue.
all.
I will tell you, when she will pay off her loan is when she passes away from old age. I mean, $200,000. And they cannot collect on the debt if you pass away. I know that's sad to hear, but a lot of people, they go to their grave with this student debt. I mean, it's that bad. Now, student loans you have to pay back, and you cannot file bankruptcy, so you can't just get those wiped out. So this woman is basically screwed, and her degree is not going to make her enough money. So she made poor decisions to borrow that much money and a crappy major, I'll be honest with you, to be able to pay that loan back. And, I'm just going to be honest. Where are her parents? Where are they to give her advice and guidance? I guided both my children. One has graduated, no debt, and the second one, when he graduates, he's probably just going to owe $5,000 is it. Both got degrees where they could get immediate employment. All right, so they ask about, what kind of rate the loans, this lady has with her loans. So let's see what she says.
Do you know what your interest rate is? If it's a fixed rate or a variable rate?
Not a clue.
Not a clue.
Nope.
Do you think in the future, because your debt is going to be such a big amount, that you'll refinance it to try and get a lower interest rate?
Probably. I'll probably do anything I can, honestly, to just not have as much and be able to pay it off a little easier.
So how do you know what type of loans you have? Well, when you've signed up for the loans and reviewed the paperwork on the loans, maybe you should have read through them, figured out what you were going to be signing, and create a spreadsheet to track all your loans, your interest rates, and when you will need to pay them in the future. I don't know what the hell she's doing. Like, how do you not know what you have? I just can't believe how bad these lending institutions are just ripping off college students.
No way. $200,000. How am I ever going to pay this back?
She has no credit. She is new to managing her finances. And the lending institutions are giving her $200,000 or more in loans. And you know why they do this, right? So let me explain it to you. Did you know that student loans weren't always impossible to escape from, right? So the federal government changed one thing, and college prices exploded. So back in 1965, the federal government stepped into student lending with the Higher Education Act. The idea sounds great, but it guarantees that student loans, so anyone can go to college. That's what it does. Banks were protected, students got access to money, and then colleges got paid up front. At first, student loans worked like normal debt. If things went wrong, you could discharge them in bankruptcy. Then everything changed. In 1978, Congress made student loans harder to wipe out. Then in 1998, they went even further. Federal student loans became basically non-dischargeable in bankruptcy. And then in 2005, the same rule was extended to private student loans. From that moment on, student debt became one of the only debts you can't escape from, even if you're broke. You don't have a reset button. You don't have a second chance. You're basically screwed. And this is where colleges saw the opportunity. Once the government guaranteed the money and locked students into repayment plans and programs, colleges realized something huge. Students could borrow almost unlimited amounts, just like this woman did in the video where she borrowed over $200,000. And colleges would get paid no matter what. So what happened next? Tuition started climbing way faster than inflation and way faster than wages. So dorms became luxury apartments. Administrators, they multiplied like rabbits. Programs expanded regardless of job outcomes. Hence, where I discuss useless majors and degrees. Now, why wouldn't they raise prices? The loans were guaranteed, the risk was gone, and the student was stuck with the bill. Many students' financial lives are ruined because of this. So today we have trillions in student loan debt, graduates who are financially buried before they even start life, colleges richer than ever, and not because education got better, but because the system rewarded higher prices with zero consequences. This isn't a student failure, this is a system failure. And once you understand how it started, you realize why it feels impossible to escape. Now, I wish this young woman had better guidance and understanding of what she was getting into. I would have steered her down a different path, or at least a path with less debt. Let me know in the comments what you think about her debt. Hit the like and subscribe for more financial reviews, and stay out of debt unless it's good debt.